Good morning, guys. Happy New Year. Happy Friday the 13th. Happy pump week. Lots of coins pumping, including, a little bit of crypto.com. But let's get into the news. The latest news on crypto.com is they've fired 20% of their workforce, which is actually, I wouldn't panic. This is something normal that's happening in any business in downtimes. Okay? You got to cut back wages. You're fired. It's just natural cause and effect, right? FTX, the Luna shit before that. There's a lot of scarcity in the market. You just don't need much of the workforce in these times. And you will see that this is something that's been happening for every exchange pretty much. So I wouldn't panic as much, but you must face the reality of the situation that there are not a lot of crypto.com Crow holders anymore. Okay. This is something that you just got to realize and accept. Okay. So don't get too bullish. Yeah, buy your Crow while it's cheap. Why not? I got a bag. You got a bag. Hold your bags. Will we reach $1 again? I don't think so. The only reason we reached $1 is because we had the credit card going. People were staking, locking their funds because it was worth it. Now it's not. Okay? And they've already gotten all their deals. And what was all that talk about the World Cup? You're fired. How many people can I name talking about the World Cup? The World Cup. Oh, yeah. Okay, where are you now? You're fired. I don't know where you are. Okay? But the World Cup didn't do shit. You are fired. Anywho, let's get into the news. Crypto.com cuts 20% workforce as firm braces for crypto winter. Ooh, yeah, grab your fucking snow jackets. The exchange is the latest among the major crypto firms to announce layoffs. Right, so Crypto.com is not the only one doing this. As you can see, there's a lot of people, and I will go through that list with you guys. Let's have a look at this little clip right here. What do they got to say? Give me that 1080p, please.
It is a Friday 13th for those working at crypto.com, which is saying that it's cutting down its workforce by about 20% as the crypto industry continues to reel from the effects of the ongoing crypto winter. Lord, since the beginning of the
I like
year,
how she's not
companies
reading
including Genesis
anything.
Global Trading, Huobi, Coinbase, Consensus, and blockchain.com have announced.
Genesis Global Trading lays off 30% of its staff. You're fired. Huobi, however the fuck you say that, reduces 20% of its headcount. You're fired. Coinbase is planning to cut around 20% or 950 individuals. So it's not just crypto.com. This is a worldwide thing going on, okay?
And yet Bitcoin is dancing around the 19,000 mark all of a sudden. I mean,
I know, right? This is fucking hilarious. Bitcoin has been on fire this week along with a bunch of other altcoins as well. I mean, just on fire. Friday the 13th, still pumping and holding resistance. Will we see 20K? If we could make it throughout the day at 19K or so, 20K is very possible by tomorrow or tonight. But it is Friday the 13th. Be careful. You could leak some blood later tonight. We'll see.
We're looking at this full screen here on the right now. What you're seeing here, all these layoffs.
Consensus, which is another like exchange or whatnot, is planning to reduce its headcount by 100. You're fired. Blockchain.com is letting go of 28% of its workforce, about 110 employees. Get out. And some reports might say, oh, we're letting go 25% of our employees, but that just might mean they're letting go 9 employees.
A bunch of bad news. Not just that, but of course we have the SEC cases against Gemini and Genesis today. And we have all these things that are just, after months of just piling on left and right, and bankruptcies and collapses of major.
I like how this guy's not reading off a fucking board too. Some of these, no offense to any of the ladies, but some of the girl news reporters, like on CNBC and all that, you just zoom in on their face, you just see their little fucking eyeballs going left and right, left and right. You're fired.
And
Fucking
now
clowns.
these cases against two U.S.
Fuck CNBC.
players in the crypto, two big U.S. players in the crypto market. We're seeing Bitcoin at a point where we would have said, "Oh, gee, there must be institutional players here." I think perhaps a lot of this, and we'll go over this with our markets guest, but a lot of this, it's more than just institutional. There are also these market dynamics involved. Quite frankly, the markets are a lot thinner than they used to be. So, of course, bigger interest or some interest in something might move things a lot more than it would have several months ago in either direction. So it's a very strange time. It almost defies logic looking at it. Of course, we have others who would say, this is logical. This is where Bitcoin should be. It should be a lot higher.
Okay, yeah. Let's read this little article, yeah? Crypto.com said it's cutting its workforce by around 20% as the crypto industry continues to reel from the effects of the ongoing crypto winter. Of course, with the implosion, it mentions it right here, FTX and Terra Luna before that. So, the firm cited the economic headwinds from the downturn into the crypto market and the FTX implosion as the reason behind the layoffs. We grew ambitiously at the start of 2022. These are quote unquote, I'm thinking by Marszalek, building on our incredible momentum and aligning with the trajectory of the broader industry. The trajectory changed rapidly with the confluence of negative economic developments. Marszalek, co-founder and CEO, wrote in the post addressing the matter. Okay, according to various social media profiles, Crypto.com has around 3,500 to 4,500 employees. This would make the current round of layoffs impact around 700 to 900 employees. That's a lot of layoffs, I'm not going to lie. These layoffs come after the company made headcount reductions in mid-2022 last year. They did that, I think, in October as well, as the crypto industry slowed after the collapse of the multi-billion-dollar Terra ecosystem and crypto hedge fund Three Arrows Capital. Yes, right. And then FTX came after that. The reductions we made last July positioned us to weather the macroeconomic downturn, but it did not account for the recent collapse of FTX, which significantly damaged trust in the industry. It's for this reason, as we continue to focus on prudent financial management, we made the difficult but necessary decision to make additional reductions in order to position the company for long-term success, Marszalek wrote. The exchange is the latest crypto firm to announce layoffs after Coinbase also cut nearly 20% of its staff. And we'll go over the 20% and all those numbers and try to pin it down to a number in a different article. Of its staff. Blockchain.com and Consensus also reportedly let go off a significant portion of their staff. So it's not just Crypto.com, right? It's a lot of people. Let's see what this video is. Put it on my 1080p, please.
Crypto exchange Coinbase has said it is planning to reduce its headcount by about 950 employees as part of a restructuring, which it expects to complete by the end of the second quarter of this year. Lawrence, more headwinds for the crypto industry.
It's not so much as headwinds as it is a sign of what's going on. Look, I mean, sure, it might come a day when Coinbase is just Brian Armstrong on a laptop. But in the meantime, it's just a sign that basically...
She liked that joke.
They're looking at the future.
Yeah,
they have
she liked that one.
To make cuts. Their primary revenue driver is market volume, right? So they make their money on the VIG, if you will. And that's not there anymore. We talk about, they have the custodian business, they have all this stuff. Yeah, nobody cares. Really, it's transaction volume, and that's not happening for them.
It's low right now.
And so it's really low. And we're seeing, as we talked about, Umkar Godbole has a story about the whales not participating in this market. And there's actually, if you look, there was one chart about basically the 2% size there in the markets. It's almost misleading because the y-axis there is Bitcoins, and actually, if you look at it as dollar volumes, it's actually it's even worse. So when you convert it to dollars, so it's actually pretty bad right now. The liquidity is just not there. And so Coinbase looks at this and they're like, oh my God, we have this massive amount of headcount. We got to get rid of it because they're just suffering. Yeah, I think we have a shot of that here. If you want to take a look at that chart. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. And that goes for aggregated BTC market depth. Yeah, that goes for everything.
Y-axis,
across
that's
the
in
board.
Bitcoins. You want that to be in, if you look at it in dollars, it's actually, it's like a steeper drop there.
Anywho, crypto.com has seen its Crow token drop nearly 96% this year. The year of the Shemitah, right? From last year all the way to this year, you could see it. It starts from the top and just sinks and doesn't stop. Right now, we're at the bottom floor, I would say. So if you want to pack your bags, I mean, get some 5-6 cents is really good. You ask me. Will we see $1 again? Nah, I don't know. I mean, the only reason we went to $1 is because we were getting consecutive deals. You know, we were on a trajectory path of getting promotional deals, sealing deals with lots of sports companies, stadiums, commercials. You know what I'm saying? And the topper was the credit card, staking, holding your Crow. Okay? You add holding your Crow, right, with great rewards and more people adopting it, buying the card and getting the card and staking their 40,000, 60,000 Crow. But that's not happening anymore, guys. Okay? So we're going to need something special to have Crow staked again. And it's not going to be the credit card. Unless they decide to bring back amazing rates and benefits again. Okay? Because now Crow is just a fucking token that nobody actually holds. They spend it. Every day it's being spent. Okay? NFTs, exchanging Crow for this and that. It's not really being held. Okay? And how do I know that? Because I'm looking at all you guys. You guys are buying NFTs and all this stuff. You're not holding your Crow. You're not staking it. And this as well. See, when I made my videos, I brought millions of dollars into this platform. Lots of addresses came here from different parts. Okay? That's how we reached 1 billion in MMF. 1 billion liquidity. Okay? The number of active addresses of Crow has dropped from 2,114 at the start of the year to around 640 as of this month. This is updated in January 13th today. So this is you know, we're going to need something to bring back people to this place. Okay? What brought a lot of people to the DeFi realm was MMF and its phenomenal payouts, not VVS, dear Lord. Okay? Take a look at the videos. I mean, 10,000 to 15,000 views. That's a lot of views and a lot of addresses coming in here to stake, to buy, to exchange Crow. Okay? On top of that, everybody was holding Crow. Crow had a phenomenal buzz. Now there's so much scarcity in the market. You're going to have to rebuild. Crow is on a rebuilding path, just like a lot of other people, but there's a lot of other people that have made significant deals and they're taking different paths, okay? The commercials, you know, and this and that, they can only go so far. What happened in the World Cup? What happened to the World Cup? I thought we were supposed to get a pump in the World Cup, right? Everybody was saying World Cup, World Cup. I didn't see shit. You're fired, young man. Now, for me, at that point, I wasn't on the World Cup. I was on the Shemitah. I already knew the World Cup wasn't going to do shit. In fact, when the World Cup hit, it actually went down. Okay? So, we're going to have to come up with another plan here, Crypto.com. All right? I want to see it grow. I want to see it grow. I really do. I want to see some shit happening. All right? We're going to have to think outside the box here, Mr. whatever your name is, Marzalek. Now, let's go look at CNBC's take on this. Or actually, we could go to, let's go to Yahoo and look at the layoffs all around the board, because it's not just Crypto.com laying people off, right? As we go down here, we could see other layoffs, right? Announced in the crypto industry since January 5th. That's about a week ago. Consensus, right? This is another exchange of some sort. At least 10% of its team, which equals 100 employees. Coinbase, 20% of its team, 950 employees, just like Crypto.com did. Huobi, 20%, which is 200 employees let go. Genesis, another exchange, 60 employees let go. Silvergate, 200 employees. And an NFT platform called Super Rare got rid of 30% of their staff, which is 27 employees. You see, everybody's doing it. And if you had a job, if you're a business owner and, let's say you work a restaurant and you're an owner and supplies are going up, food's going up, eggs are going up, veggies are going up. Well, you're going to have to cut some staff. Okay? The manager's going to have to start weighing some tables his damn self. Okay? This is just the way of the world, people. So there's nothing to panic about, but there is something to worry about if you're thinking about Crow going to $1. Because you're going to need a lot more than the Staples Center for 20 years, okay? Why don't you start implementing Crow at the Staples Center and letting motherfuckers buy their tickets with Crow? Why don't you do that? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Are you guys thinking, or are you just fucking going about doing your business? Are you innovative? What's going on here? Why can't I buy Laker tickets or any tickets, any concert tickets at Staples Center or the Crypto.com Center with the fucking Crypto.com coin? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, I hope you're fucking listening to me, Marzalek. Why don't you get that done? What's going on, bud? Huh? How many years are we going to wait to buy fucking Laker tickets with Crow? That's my fucking goddamn rant. Anywho, in other news, Canada. Oh, Canada. Listen up, Canada. Tether will be delisted from Crypto.com in Canada. What is next? Ooh, yeah. Well, I guess they've already sent you an email. And the deadline to change your USDT Tether to anything else, USDC preferably, is January 31st. So make sure you do that ASAP. Okay, don't fuck off. Don't fuck yourself, please. It will delist USDT and suspend all USDT transactions if you're in the Ontario side of Canada, I believe. I don't know what the fucking geographic fucking measures are. I suck at Atlas shit. Okay? Please take urgent action to review your USDT balance and take any necessary action, withdrawal or conversion before the effective date. It warned you guys, okay? Customers are urged to review their USDT balances and take any necessary measures such as withdrawal or conversion before the delisting date, January 31st. And this is not for America, okay? It's for the Canadians only. Failure to do so may result in retrieval fees for attempting to deposit USDT from external wallets post-suspension. And in some cases, fund retrieval may not be possible. So they're telling you you're basically fucked if you don't do it by this date. They already gave you the email warning. The delisting also impacts trading and deposits / withdrawals of USDT on the Crypto.com app. So this is like DeFi and Crypto.com app. Okay, so just make sure. In August, Crypto.com announced that the OSC had accepted the firm's pre-registration undertaking for operations in Canada. As part of regulatory requirements, cryptocurrency exchanges operating in the Canadian province of Ontario are prohibited from listing digital assets banned by the OSC, which includes USDT. Okay, so it's probably not just Crypto.com. It's everywhere. Similarly, CoinSquare, a cryptocurrency exchange regulated by the Investment Industry Regulatory Organization of Canada, currently does not list USDT as one of its available trading assets. That is a great example of what's about to happen to Crypto.com with USDT, right? So it's not just Crypto.com. It's not because they're doing illegal shit or whatnot. It's just the Canadian, standards of regulations. All USDT trading pairs, transactions, deposits, and withdrawals will be delisted by 1 p.m. Eastern on January 31st. The email continues. All remaining USDT user deposits on the exchange after that time will be converted to Circle-issued USDC. Crypto.com's action comes as regulators around the world are increasing their scrutiny of centralized exchanges in the wake of the collapse of FTX and as competition between the top stablecoins grow. Yes, and just as along compounded with the Luna thing, USDT ever since then has not been very secure in the minds of crypto investors, right? I mean, what's next? Just like the article said, what is next, man? Who knows? As the second great stablecoin war heats up, Tether's USDT appears to be falling behind the curve. Since the collapse of FTX, rival stablecoin USDC has been, the preferred choice for most crypto users. It's always been my choice, but I'm not going to lie. I used to separate back in the MMF staking days. I would have a separate USDT and like USDC. USDC would be like your profit, don't touch, and USDT would be like, what am I buying today? Those were good times. As per Tether's representative, Canada has made a fast decision, whereas any nation should consider all the options available with an open mind before execution. Having a fair, open, and forward-looking approach will only encourage the financial growth of the country. The spokesperson also mentioned delisting Tether in Canada is not making a big impact on the token, as they don't consider Canada to be the main core of the USDT market, right? USDT is the first stablecoin in the CMC stablecoin category. Additionally, Tether solely has a 66 billion market cap, with an average US 23 billion of that 66 billion trading volume in 24 hours. Okay? Crypto.com's decision to delist USDT comes as regulators in Canada look to tighten their reins on centralized exchanges in the wake of the collapse of FTX. Awesome. Okay. Well, guys, I think that's it for today. In other crypto news, a lot of stuff is pumping. One particular blockchain for me is Polygon, guys. You should have a look at my last Polygon video and see all these new partners they've collaborated with. Just big, huge, heavyweight, multi-billion-dollar companies that they're inviting, and that those companies chose to do business with that blockchain particularly. So there's a lot of huge things coming 2023 with Polygon. I think nobody should ignore that. Have a look. Search it up. Maybe watch my video too. It'll be at the end of this video. And guys, you have a wonderful day. Happy Friday the 13th. We'll see what crypto does tonight or the day after. Will we have resistance, right? Ethereum in the 1400s, Bitcoin holding resistance hopefully in the 19s, right? 18 to 19s. If we can hold that up for a day, maybe we can continue the trend. Avalanche pumping. I mean, Litecoin was pumping all week. I mean, there was so many altcoins just pumping this whole week. Will we keep it up after the 13th? We'll see. Until then, have a great day. I'll see you guys soon. Peace. Said I'm too